You're watching Alabama's WVUA News at 5 with your award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Coming up in home team weather, watching a tornado watch across much of our central and southwest Alabama counties. Could have a tornado at any point. We'll talk about the severe weather threat through tonight, plus your weekend forecast coming up in weather. Stick around.
Bama has claimed its first victory of the season, and the Tide is now looking forward to their next one. We'll have complete coverage. Plus, time is ticking to Saturday when thousands of Bama fans will make their way to the Capstone. We will get you ready for game day. We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. Up first tonight, it's been a rainy start to your week and a rainy holiday, and now we're even dealing with the threat of some severe weather. WVUA Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott has the latest on this. Hey there, Richard.
Hey, Terry and Lynn, good Monday afternoon too. Start you off with radar, home team interactive radar. We're dealing with some shower storms across much of the area, and some of these have reached severe levels. We had a tornado warning earlier for Perry County during the 4 o'clock hour. Right now we have a tornado watch box for Lamar County, Fayette County, Tuscaloosa, Bibb, Chilton, Point South, and west, and that includes all of southwest Alabama. Some of the storms we're watching out there over southern Perry County, and certainly an interesting feature. They're going to have to watch that storm close, not severe at this point. Over portions of Hale County and northeast Greene County, some stronger storms happening on radar. And in the Tuscaloosa area, showers and storms that could become severe, but they are below severe limits right now. What about the severe weather threat through tonight? And how about that all-important weekend forecast? Weather is straight ahead.
All right, thank you, Richard. On a different note, it is game week at the Capstone. The Tide rolls into its first home game of the week with the first win of the season under the team's belt.
And it was a big win. Bama wounded the Wolverines in a 41-14 victory when second-ranked Alabama took on Michigan this past Saturday at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The matchup marked the 4th time ever for the two teams to meet since the 1999 season, but it was the first face-off during the regular season. We'll have much more on the big win and what's ahead for the Tide this week coming up in your home team sports. But first, we have a live look over Bryant-Denny Stadium from the WVUA tower camera. Right now, a little rainy on our lens. Well, this is where the Tide will hit the gridiron against Western Kentucky this Saturday. It is the first home game of the season, and the Tide hopes to roll over the Hilltoppers. Kickoff in this one, 2:39 p.m. The game will be televised on the SEC network.
As the road to 15 continues for the University of Alabama Crimson Tide, thousands of football fans will pour into Tuscaloosa this weekend for Alabama's first home game of the 2012 season. Jenna Johnson with UA Game Day Operations says parking is always a main focus. Johnson says campus is encouraging fans to use the downtown area for parking. Parking at the intermodal facility is free, and there will be a bus service to and from Bryant-Denny Stadium for $1. Johnson says not only is this convenient for fans, but it will also benefit downtown merchants.
Downtown merchants have really gone all out for this first game. We've got some incredible specials and some special things going on downtown. So if fans haven't tried downtown parking and the bus service from there, we encourage them to do that. It's a great option.
For more information about game day changes for this year and what you need to know, go to our website. That's WVUATV.com. From there, go to the numbers and links section.
A new era is about to begin at the Capstone. Dr. Guy Bailey is about to take over as president of the University of Alabama. The Board of Trustees selected the Montgomery native back on July 11th. Bailey is a two-time UA graduate and comes to Alabama from Texas Tech University, where he served as president there since 2008. And this special programming note, tomorrow you will hear from Dr. Bailey on all editions of WVUA News. That's at 4, 5, 6, and 10. On your education watch, Labor Day is normally a holiday for schools across our area, but that was not the case today. It was business as usual in the Tuscaloosa County school system.
That's right. School leaders had to take away the Labor Day holiday to make sure students attend the required amount of days this school year. Now, you may remember Alabama legislators passed a law requiring schools to start no later than 2 weeks before Labor Day and end by Memorial Day in an effort to increase sales tax revenue during the summer tourism season. County school officials voted to remove 5 other vacation days, including 2 days off, fall break, a parent conference day in October, President's Day, and a weather day in February. And in April, they'll skip a weather day. Well, WVUA is covering Tuscaloosa County, where authorities say a man in Woodstock accidentally shot himself. According to Captain Lloyd Baker with Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit, it happened around 5:30 Saturday afternoon at the 11,000 block of Cochran Road. Baker says deputies found a 56-year-old man with a gunshot wound to the head. Witnesses said the victim was playing with the gun when it went off. Baker said the victim received life-threatening injuries and is in critical condition at UAB Hospital.
On your Crime Watch, Tuscaloosa's mass shooting suspect is headed to court. A preliminary hearing for Nathan Wilkins is set for this Friday. A grand jury returned a 68-count indictment against Wilkins. He's charged with attempted murder, assault, and shooting into an occupied building. Police say on July 17th, Wilkins shot and injured 18 people at the Copper Top Bar in Temerson Square. Earlier that same night, authorities say he shot and wounded a person at a Northport residence. In all, 19 people were shot. Wilkins is now being held on $2 million bond.
Controversial religious leader, the Reverend Sun Young Moon, has died. According to the Universal Peace Federation, the 92-year-old died due to pneumonia-related complications. He's been hospitalized since last week. His church followers are known for mass weddings involving thousands of people at a time. No word on funeral details.
In Louisiana, Hurricane Isaac is long gone, and now the cleanup begins. We have a look at what people in Plaquemine Parish, south of New Orleans, were faced with this weekend. You can see how flooding is widespread. Authorities say this area was hit hard by fast rising water that swamped scores of homes and businesses. Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano toured the Gulf Coast and promised storm victims that FEMA will help.
We will stay until this recovery is complete. We are here to be part of the team in Louisiana, and make sure that Hurricane Isaac is put to rest as soon as we can for all of those affected.
Nearly 3,000 people are still in shelters. On your election watch tonight, the Democratic Party is taking center stage in Charlotte, North Carolina. This week, Democrats are gathering officially to renominate the president for another run at the White House.
Reporter Sandra Endo has a preview of the Democratic National Convention.
The stage is set and Democrats are gearing up for their convention. It officially starts Tuesday, but the president spent the weekend previewing his message.
Now on Thursday night, I'm going to offer you what I believe is a better path forward. A path that will grow this economy and create more jobs and strengthen the middle class. And the good news is you get to choose the path we take.
Republicans met last week in Tampa to officially nominate Mitt Romney as their candidate for president.
Mr. Chairman and delegates, I accept your nomination for President of the United States.
And raised the question of whether the country is better off now than it was when President Obama was elected.
Without a change in leadership, why would the next 4 years be any different from the last 4 years?
The vice president's response?
What they espouse is a social policy right out of the 60s, a foreign policy with echoes of the Cold War, and an economic policies that brought us the Great Recession.
And among the thousands of people at the Democratic National Convention this week will be former Governor Don Siegelman. A federal judge said he was not a flight risk and granted Siegelman permission to travel to Charlotte, but the former governor had to advise his probation officer of his flight plans and hotel plans. Siegelman plans to lobby for President Obama to grant his request for clemency. He is set to report to a federal prison in Louisiana next week to finish his 78-month sentence. Well, just days after accepting the Republican nomination, Mitt Romney's Twitter account has crossed the 1 million mark.
Sunday afternoon, his page crossed that threshold. In a tweet, Romney's campaign thanked followers for their support. Meanwhile, the White House's aggressive push to appeal to Twitter users has generated a much bigger following. President Obama's campaign page has now more than 19 million Twitter followers.
Coming up next, home team weather, watching scattered shower storms move from northwest southeast across the area. and there's that tornado watch box until 11 o'clock tonight for most of west and southwest Alabama. Where's the storm's heading and how long is this threat going to stick around? Your forecast is straight ahead.
Flu season is just around the corner. Find out when experts say you should get vaccinated. And the Crimson Tide was dominant against Michigan, but Nick Saban predictably isn't heaping praise on his team just yet. Gary Harris will have the story in Alabama's home team sports.